Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Memphis Grizzlies in Game 4 of the first round, 117-111 in overtime. Second overtime of these playoffs, as yesterday we had the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, and that was the first overtime of the playoffs, and that was a decent game. This one felt like a little bit of a better game than the other one. But, I mean, LeBron with a huge play to tie the game up. And that sequence where AD blocks the shot at the end of the game and LeBron catches the ball, takes the half-court shot. It didn't count. I mean, he had the ball in his hands. It was clear. I mean, there's no argument that obviously didn't count. But it was an amazing shot, and LeBron made it from past half. I mean, that was not even mid-court. That was a little bit past. I mean, that was almost 3/4 of a court, and LeBron chunked it, I mean, just right through the net. I mean, just an amazing shot from LeBron. And, I'm telling you, if that would have counted, that would have been the best play of these playoffs. I mean, obviously it didn't, and there was no way for that to count because there was only 0.8 of a second left when they took that shot. So Anthony Davis blocked that shot immediately. Clock ran out. But that was still an amazing block by Anthony Davis and an amazing shot by LeBron James, even though it didn't count. So I just want to get to that. But before, when it was 104-102, LeBron James had an amazing layup to tie the game at 104, which would eventually be the reason why this game went to overtime. Then the Lakers did some really good things in overtime. LeBron made some good shots. LeBron had an and one in overtime, which he didn't make the free throw. But LeBron made some good plays in overtime. I think Reeves made a couple of good plays in overtime as well. Scored some points they had 13 points in overtime. I think a lot of that, was on, well, Anthony Davis did some stuff in overtime, and then Reeves and LeBron were really good in overtime as well. But let's get into this game for the Lakers. 22 for LeBron James, but 20 rebounds with his 22 points and 7 assists and 2 blocks, and had the game-tying layup to send this game to overtime. He was 8 for 18 and 1 for 7 from 3 and 5 for 7 at the free throw line. 20 rebounds and 22 points. 2020 game for LeBron. And then 23 for Austin Reeves. 7 for 16, 2 for 5 from 3. 7 for 8 at the free throw line. 6 assists, 1 steal. And then 12 for Anthony Davis and 11 rebounds. His shooting night was off. His legs just felt really, him walking around, his legs didn't look right. And him shooting didn't look right as well. Shot 4 for 13, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 for 6 at the free throw line, had 12 points and 11 rebounds, 2 steals, but 4 blocks, though, in this game. It was huge on defense for the Lakers. Really did not do much offensively in this game for the Lakers. 15 for Jared Vanderbilt. He's not shown up in this series at all, but tonight he was amazing. You've been expecting, him to do more rebounding and a little bit more on defense, and especially more on offense, and he did that tonight. And his minutes went down. He's been playing 21 minutes per game. He got 20 tonight. Still did good. Was 6 for 9, 2 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 blocks. So a really nice performance by Jared Vanderbilt. Then you have 17 points for D'Angelo Russell, 7 for 15, 3 for 8 from 3. He had some clutch 3-pointers for them in this game, 3 assists. And that was it. And then I think that's it for the starters. Yeah, that's it for the starters. Then 4 players came off the bench. Beasley had 3 points in 9 minutes. Schroeder had 12. 7 for Hachimura. And Troy Brown Jr. with 6. Then for the Grizzlies, you have 36 for Desmond Bane. He was amazing. 13 for 29. 3 for 12 from 3. 7 for 7 at the... Now, I want to get to a horrific stat for the Grizzlies in this game. Shot 9 for 42 from 3. I mean, for me as a Rockets fan, this kind of felt like the Rockets in that game when they were playing the Warriors. I mean, they just couldn't... They kept taking 3 after 3 after 3 and could not make a shot. I mean, at that point, when you're going 9 for 42, at that point, something ain't working. He shot 21.4%. That was just awful three-point shooting by the Grizzlies tonight. And the fact that they took that many shots when, they weren't going down. If you're taking 42 three-pointers in a basketball game and you have some decent shooters like Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane's a great shooter, John Morant's an okay shooter, and that is not any. Y'all are gonna try to turn that into something. John Morant is a decent three-point shooter. Luke Kennard is a great three-point shooter. Tyus Jones is a solid three-point shooter. When you have a decent three-point shooting team with guys like Brooks, Bane, and Kennard, those three main guys who are good shooters, and then Jaws is a okay three-point shooter, and I'm not talking about anything else because I know what people will say. You should not be going 9 for 42. So, whatever. Bane so he had 36 and 7 rebounds and 3 assists and 1 steal. Ja had 19, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Then 14 for Jaren Jackson Jr. with 14 rebounds, 1 assist, and 5 blocks for Jaren Jackson Jr. 12 for Xavier Tillman, 11 for Dylan Brooks, 2 for Santi Aldama, 9 for David Roddy, 2 for Tyus Jones. I mean, the fact that how good he was in the regular season, he's getting less than 10 minutes in the playoffs. I know minutes change in the playoffs, but I mean, I think, in my opinion, I think he could be getting a couple more minutes in these playoffs. But he only scored 2, and then Luke Kennard had 6 as well. DNPs for Lofton Jr., Zaire Williams, and Conakar. So, Lakers beat Grizzlies in overtime and take a 3-1 lead in the series. And most likely, the Grizzlies aren't going to win this series. So the Lakers most likely are going to be moving on to the second round. That's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed them, or thoughts, and peace out.